Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Redline Top 5. This week, Chrysler has sent over a very important model from the model that basically invented the minivan segment. This is the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica, the replacement for the old Town & Country. And in this video, I'm going to go over my top 5 likes and top 5 dislikes, so let's get started. Starting off with the top 5 things that I like about the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Number 5 is going to go to the interior design, which is very upscale looking. Now, lately, Chrysler has been doing a pretty good job with bringing their interiors more upmarket, and the Pacifica is no exception. My trim level is not the top of the line, but it does have very nice materials, very nice fit and finish, and it looks pretty impressive, especially when you look at the gauges. And overall, I think a lot of buyers are going to be quite pleased with the interior design. Number 4 is going to go to the standard rear seat entertainment system that my tester has, which has two 10-inch monitors that are touchscreen that do pretty much mimic the interface of the Uconnect system, which is one of the best in the business. I love the kid-friendly apps that has multiple games where you can literally play this person that's sitting next to you in a game of like tic-tac-toe or hanging fruit, which is really known as hangman, but I guess that's not good for kids. And you also have an HDMI port and lots of other, connections to make the rear seat a really great haven for kids. Number 3 is going to go to the hands-free power sliding doors. Now, just like the rear where it has that foot activated feature, the sliding doors also have the same thing where if your hands are full, all you have to do is just kick your foot underneath the door and the sliding door automatically opens for you. Number 2 is going to go to the family-friendly interior, which is just fantastically comfortable for road trips and just for kids. I mean, combining with the sliding doors, how wide this vehicle is, there's plenty of legroom in all 3 rows, and really, this is the way you need to go if you need a vehicle to haul your stuff and your kids. Finally, my number 1 favorite feature about the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica is the standard stow-and-go seating. Now, Chrysler innovated or pioneered that feature in the segment, and it is the only van in the segment with fold down second and third row seats. Now, granted, it's not perfect. You do have to remove the middle seat, the 8-passenger seat, which is optional, by the way, to fully take the interior to that, cargo hauling level. But it's just super convenient. Chrysler made it even easier to fold the seats into the floor this year with this button that basically folds the front seats forward automatically. And it's basically just one lever and the whole system the whole seat just kind of collapses into the floor pretty easily. Now, switching gears here, let's talk about the top 5 things that I dislike about the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. And number 5 is going to go to the front end styling, which has the same nose, headlights, and grille as the discontinued Chrysler 200. Now, I never really liked the design of the 200 in the front to begin with, so I'm not really liking it in the Pacifica. So I'm hoping Chrysler will soon refresh the front end and give it a more unique look, especially since it literally looks like a discontinued model. Number 4 is going to go to the fact that HID headlights are only available on the top-of-the-line limited model. Now, that is a really interesting omission from Chrysler. My tester is the Touring L Plus, which is one level below it, so it only gets halogen projectors. No LED daytime running lights either. You just have halogen daytime running lights. You do have like an LED accent that follows the curvature of the headlight. You only get LED daytime running lights when you option for the limited and get the HIDs. And LED headlights are not available. I just think it's a silly omission, especially for an all-new product. Number 3 is going to go to the 3.6-liter V6 under the hood, which is powerful, but it does get quite noisy when pushed hard. Now, I imagine most owners aren't going to be doing that with their minivan, but I did notice that the engines in the Sienna, the Odyssey, are a little bit more refined and quieter than this V6. Number 2 is going to go to the 9-speed ZF automatic transmission. Now, this is the unloved ZF transmission that you'll find in a lot of FCA and Honda products. And in this application with the V6, it is better versus the 4-cylinder. However, the transmission can still be reluctant to give up its top gears. It can be a little clunky when it shifts, so Chrysler still has some work to do, unfortunately, with the transmission programming. And last but not least, my number 1 dislike about the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica is even though that Chrysler got rid of the Town & Country name to try to give this a fresh take, it still has that minivan stigma. I mean, you still have buyers here in the US market that are like, I will never drive a minivan. That soccer mom image is just not ideal, and a lot of you are still in love, a lot of Americans are still in love with the whole idea of having a crossover. So when you purchase this vehicle, you're still gonna have to deal with that minivan stigma. That does it for my Redline Top 5 on this 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Now keep in mind, I will be doing a full full Redline review for this vehicle. Just keep a lookout for the next couple of days. But until then, if you're looking to see the latest cars I'm testing, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Redline_reviews. Like us on Facebook, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video.